Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you've become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session. Hi Mama, welcome back to another episode of Emotionally Healthy Legacy. This is episode 2 of how to be less triggered in your day-to-day life as a mom. I did an Instagram live a few months ago and I'm converting it into a podcast episode. And this week we'll be talking about something that you can do as a mom today to feel less triggered by just kids or just life in general. So let's tune in. Welcome to day 2 of Be Less Trigger Challenge. So today I'm going to recap quickly what we talked about yesterday and just kind of add to another thing that we can implement starting today to be less triggered in general. Okay, so yesterday we talked about things that are basic needs. Our basic needs, when our basic needs are unmet, our brain goes into threat mode, it goes into stress response, and we are a lot more triggered by everything else that is happening. When we're sleep deprived and when we are hungry, our brain cannot literally make positive choices. It's focused on the unmet need. And you're going to find yourself a lot more easily triggered by everything else. Like being stuck in traffic will feel a lot harder and a lot more frustrating when you're hungry and tired, right? So today is going to be day 2, and I have a question for you. Let me know if you can relate with this, okay? Have you ever heard a voice, something on your phone, a ding, a noise, and you pick up the phone and you start scrolling through your phone, trying to figure out what it was, somebody commented something, or you're in a thread, a Facebook thread with all the comments, and you're just trying to figure out and respond. And then you know what? Your kids come up to you and they need something. They either want your help for something, or they're melting down or gotten a, I don't know, conflict with their sibling and they need your support. And you just get frustrated. You get agitated. I don't know about you, but I definitely do. I just want them to leave me alone. How about when we're like binge watching a show? Have you ever done that where you just get into one of those months of your life where you start a new show and you just keep watching, and it's like seasons and it's like episode after episode, and you find days and hours of your day just wasted away watching a show that absolutely brings no value to your life. And then when your kids need something, you feel a lot more agitated and frustrated because they feel like they're annoying you for whatever they need, right? Can you relate with that? I totally do. I actually, a few years ago, decided not to start any new shows, and I did that on purpose. Even I've done it even before that, and then a friend of mine introduced me to Grey's Anatomy, and I got hooked into Grey's Anatomy, and I felt like I had to watch all the episodes and all the seasons, and I remember just spending hours on end watching, and like I was just so much more annoyed by my kids and everything they needed. I just wanted to sit there and watch the show. I just want to put them to bed quicker so I can watch the show and not be bothered. I don't know if you relate with that, but like I definitely do. I've totally been there. I'm so guilty of that. But you know what? That's not the mom I want my kids to remember. It's okay if we're there sometimes. We all have hard times in our lives, but this is not where we need to stay, okay? There's better plans for you in your life than being binge watching a show and then being triggered by your kids. So here's the thing. If we want to be more present as moms, to feel more grounded and more calm and patient, we need to do something about our phones and the devices. We have to. Like, we just have to. Like, there's no way around it. Here's the thing. It seems like most of us can't even function without them. I'm one of those people that really struggles with not having my phone nearby. When I drive, I turn something on to listen to. I feel like when I do laundry, I almost always have something going on in the background just because I'm so used to having my brain stimulated. I do have times in my day where I purposely don't have anything that I turn on, like in the mornings. Well, actually, no, I still turn on like meditation music when I do my like morning ritual, but there really rarely, I just don't even have anything just because I'm so used to having my brain stimulated. But when it comes to something that we want to concentrate on and focus on, and then our kids are distracting us and needing something, or life is happening, we just get a lot more frustrated, right? Okay, so we are in control of this thing, right? We can control our phones, not having our phones control us in our lives. We need to have our phones work for us, not against us, okay? And the way to do that is to change your phone settings and notifications, okay? Other people's emergencies are not your emergencies. And like, if you think about it, how often do you check your phone throughout the day? How many times is it actually something truly important? Super rare. And honestly, if it's a true emergency, you'd get a phone call. If it's from your mom or your spouse, you wouldn't get a text message. I'm just saying, right? So here's my thing. This is what I need you to walk away with. Something will be actually you're going to notice the impact of it right away as you do this. Okay? I want you to turn off notifications on your apps. Go into the settings section of your phone and notifications, and turn off the notifications on just about every single app. Okay, so what I turned off all of the banners on my home screen and all the noise, so I don't get any notification for almost none of the apps. I have only a few apps, okay, when I get a notification. I have my husband and my mom who are my emergency contacts, and they get like, they bypass. You can set that up so they can be bypassed. Like people that are truly important that you need to hear from right away. Like they can bypass and you'll get their text message and it will make a noise. But for the most part, And if anybody texts me, I don't have any notification in the sense of like nothing shows up on my screen, on my home screen, and in the reminder section, and nothing makes a noise. Only when I log into my phone, like when I log in, it's going to have like a little mark over here, like, oh, I have somebody send me a message. I should check it, but only when I pick up my phone. So when I'm dealing with my kids or making dinner and somebody just sends me a message, a friend of mine or something, or there's a message thread. Have you ever been in a group message where it's like, oh my gosh, like this is insane. It just keeps dinging and dinging and dinging. And it's so annoying sometimes and even frustrating, right? It's distracting you from life. Or like you can turn off all the vibrations, all the notifications. You can just do that. And then only when you're ready, you can open your phone and then log into that app. Okay. What about social media? So my social media is like, there's nothing there, right? Like I turned off all notifications, that even when I log in to my phone and I see that Instagram app or Facebook app, there's nothing that shows up unless I literally log into the app and open my app. Then I see if somebody messaged me, if somebody liked something or commented, but otherwise nothing else on my phone. And you know what? It's been so transformative. I did this 2 years ago. I started following an influencer. She transformed a lot of things in my motherhood. Her name is Alika Saza. I was highly encourage you to check her out. And she has a lot of like great courses. And one of the courses that I bought was Unburdened. And in that course, she teaches to turn off notifications. And one of the phrases that she does say, and I already said it, other people's emergency is not your emergency. Your phone should not be distracting you from what is important, from your life, your kids, right? So the phones are designed to give you a dopamine rush and like that feel-good chemical when you hear that ding, when you see that red mark, to open it and to see what's going on. Like they're designed that way, right? But it distracts us from life and what is truly important. Here's the thing. If you're a highly sensitive mom, you will get overstimulated quickly. You will notice that this will really bother you. It's also like super addicting. I don't know about you, but definitely addicting to me, right? How about like getting lost in scrolling on Instagram through like reels? Or I don't have TikTok, but TikTok I'm sure as well. Or I don't have Twitter, but Twitter, I'm sure Facebook as well. Like scrolling through it is so hard to just stop. It's designed to be addicting. How many hours a day do we actually waste? And we could have done something so much more valuable with our life if we didn't waste our time on our phones. You know what? So here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what to do. Take action on today. This is going to be your homework assignment, and you will notice how much more free time you have. You will have time to read a book. You'll have time to do a puzzle. You'll have time to work out because you're not distracted by your phone, and you will be a lot more present with your kids. You will be less overwhelmed. You will be less overstimulated. You'll be less triggered. Okay. So this is my promise to you. I promise you will feel so much better mentally, right? It is so easy for me when I am just in a funk to go on the phone and scroll for hours. And then I feel so guilty for it. I'm like, I could have done something so much better for my mental health. I could have read a book. I could have journaled, after I put my kids to bed. But no, I spent 2 hours scrolling through Instagram. And here's the thing. I had a reminder on my phone that popped up on Sunday morning that said no social media. But guess what? I kept bypassing it and kept going on it. So I came up with something different. And if you have an iPhone, you could do that. I'm not sure. I'm sure they have some sort of similar settings in Androids. So check that out. But this is what happens when you have an iPhone. So here's the thing. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go into your phone settings. You are going to go to the notification section. And you are going to turn off all notifications. You can make sure that, you can set emergency contacts that can bypass it. but turn off all notifications, all the none of the banners showing up on the home screen, nothing that you can, slide down when you log in. I'm talking about like on your phone when you log in, nothing that you can slide down that will show you. I have only a few left. One of them is like breathing one. It reminds me to take a deep breath, and a few reminders like take my vitamins or something. But otherwise, I have them all turned off. You can leave several apps that might be super important to you. Like for me, Instant Cart is important. And when I have somebody grocery shopping for me, I need to respond them in real time. So while they're grocery shopping, if they have questions. And so that's why I leave that app on. Notifications, but it doesn't even I don't think even makes a noise. It just shows up on the banner so I can like log in and look into it. But turn off all notifications. Also, if you go into your settings on iPhone, there's a section that's screen time, and you can do app limits and downtime. So downtime is when you set up like from 9 p.m. till 7:30 in the morning. This is what I did. It shuts off the apps that you choose. You can do all apps or you can bypass certain apps, but it shuts them off, and you need to enter a password to bypass it. So, which is a great reminder. You're like, oh, that's right. I want to not be on social media from 9 p.m. And so it like shuts it off. Also, you can do app limits. So for social media, if you want to limit yourself to 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, and you can go in the section with social media and social apps and set a limit for like 2 hours a day. And once you reach that limit, that app shuts off. And then you can obviously bypass it. You need to have a special password to bypass it. But you know what? If you are struggling with bypassing it, I would encourage you to have somebody in your life. It could be your spouse or close friend, a mom maybe, to put in a password so you don't even know what it is. So then you can't bypass it. Right? So maybe you can leave Google or something. If you need Google for something, like leave regular text message apps working, or like I have my podcast apps still working, my audiobook app also like working. So that one, like I can listen past 9 p.m. But the other ones shut off my app. Also on Sundays, I decided to not be in social media, so I shut my apps off. So my social apps are shut down on Sundays, which is like a really, really good reminder for me, because I wanted to not be in social media on Sundays, but I kept finding myself bypassing my reminder, like a reminder that pops up on my screen, no social media on Sunday, but I would just ignore it and go back on it. But when I have the app actually shut off, it really reminds me not to go on it. Obviously, you can bypass it, but boundaries. These are healthy boundaries for you. These are so good for your mental health. So good for your mental health. There's so much that we can do to talk about social media and stuff, and following accounts that no longer serve you, that trigger you. I mean, there's so much, but right now we're just talking about notifications and settings and screen time. Okay. Here's the thing. When we are pulled in different directions all at once, we get overwhelmed, our brain gets overwhelmed, and it becomes really triggering, right? Really triggering. So this is something really practical you can start implementing today. Take action on this today, and you will see a significant change in how you feel internally, okay? And your overwhelm and stress levels, okay? So here's your homework assignment for today. Turn off all notifications on your phone. Just go into the section and notification part and in settings and just turn off all notifications. You can leave, like for instance, for like messages. Only when I unlock my phone and I log in, I see that there's like somebody sent me a message. But on my home screen, I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. Okay. Only when my husband or my mom messages me, I'll get a ding. Same thing for social media. I would encourage you to turn off completely turn off all notifications. Unless you log into the app, then you will see the likes, the comments, the messages. Otherwise, you won't see anything on your home screen. Like even when you log into the phone, you won't see anything. You will notice a significant change. Though I'll tell you, it will be a struggle in the beginning. It's an adjustment. The first few days, you're so used to that dopamine rush. You're going to keep picking up your phone and trying to look at it and log into those apps because it's such a habit, right? Not a good habit. Been there. Takes a few days to detox for sure. So leave on leave on a few emergency contacts, people that can bypass. Let's say, if they really need to. Could be like your spouse, but anyways, like phone calls, they all come through for me. Like I have my settings, so my phone calls come through. And then I would also encourage you to turn off the social media after like a certain amount of time. If you're the person that struggles being on your phone at 10 p.m. at night, getting stuck in the reels, or, it could be TikTok or whatever, I would wholly encourage you to set a boundary for yourself. Have the apps shut off at a certain time, or you can set the apps to be like reached a limit 2 hours a day and it shuts it off, or it could be 9 p.m. and it shuts it off, because you'll find yourself having a lot more time. If you don't take your phone to the bathroom with you when you go number 2, you'll find that you have a lot more time to read a book. You'll find a lot more time at, in the evening when your kids are in bed to journal, to plan the day for the next day, to read a book, maybe even do a puzzle. You will have a lot more time to connect with your spouse if they choose to with you as well. You will have a lot more time, and you will notice that you feel so much better mentally after that little detox, the several days that you need to just kind of pull back from it. I promise you, this is my promise to you, you will feel better. You will feel better. So if this is something that you know that you struggle with, I would challenge you to take action on this and implement these changes, okay? If you know somebody and you're listening to this and you know another mom and you're like, oh my goodness, she needs to hear this. Oh my gosh, this is going to help her so much. Send her my way. Share this podcast episode with her. And I just want to tell you, thank you for showing up today for yourself, for your kids, and investing in yourself to become a better version of yourself. Now, unless you take action, nothing is going to change. Take action, go into those settings, go into notifications, go into screen time on your phone, and change those settings. I promise you. If you're listening to this episode and you're like, oh my goodness, so much of this just really jumps out at me and stands out at me. This is what I deal with. This is what I struggle with. I want to encourage you to set up a free stress management call. And it's completely free. If you go into the link in the show notes, you can pick a time that works best for you. And on this call, we get to know each other a little bit better and discover what's been weighing you down in motherhood. Then we can focus on actionable steps to reduce your overwhelm and stress that you are experiencing. And then if you feel like you want extra support and you want to know more, I will share with you more about my one-on-one coaching program. And at the end of the call, you will feel so much more at peace, knowing you have a few actionable steps that you can take today to relieve the stress in your life. And hey, mama, this is what I do. This is what I'm good at. And I can keep you accountable to make sure you're actually taking action and implementing. This is what my program does. We go deep. This is just the surface of how I can help you. In my coaching program, we go so much deeper. We figure out the root of your stress. We figure out what day we can create that will support you in the season of your life you are in. We work through all the mom guilt. I teach you things that you can do to calm your nervous system so you are less triggered to begin with. And then what do you do in those triggering moments so you don't get sucked into them and make choices that you regret? If you're someone who struggles with severe mom guilt, if you are someone that feels like you're failing in motherhood day in and day out, and you just are tired of being this way, you feel like your kids hate you, that you're going to have a terrible relationship with them, Mom, I just want to let you know, this is not a way to live your motherhood. There is a much better way to do life, and I can help you through it, okay? I'm here on the other end. You can send me an email. You can send me a DM via Instagram. I'm here for you. I would love to support you. Anyways, Mama, you have a good rest of the day. Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.